This is Movies in Contemplation with Jirach and...
Oh, am I talking to you?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Hello, contemplators.
Y'all, we got a Cali pick.
Yes, we do. We are doing something a little fun. We're doing America's Sweethearts. Came out in 2001. The writer was Billy Crystal.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
He was one of the writers.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's directed by Joe Roth, Julia Roberts, Billy Crystal, Catherine Zeta-Jones, John Cusack.
You're on a roll.
I know, right? Hank Azaria, Stanley Tucci, Christopher Walken.
Is it Tucci?
Stanley
Tucci?
I thought it was Stanley Tucci.
I thought it was Tucci.
I thought it was Tucci.
We're doing this again.
Are we doing this again?
Yes. I'm going to say it's Tucci. Stanley Tucci. And you can call him Tucci.
Fine.
Tucci.
Yeah, Tucci.
Tucci.
Yeah, you say Tucci and I say Tuki. Whatever. Mm-hmm. It's probably Tucci. I don't fucking know. Alan Arkin makes a little appearance, as well as Seth Green.
Christopher Walken.
What?
Christopher Walken.
Oh, and Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
God, there's a lot of names in here, guys.
There's a lot of fucking
There are a lot of names.
Man.
A lot of names. Let's talk about the wine.
Yes. I
got the Chateau Sovereign. Sovereign? I can't read today.
Chateau Sovereign.
The Chateau Sovereign.
Yes.
Oh my god, what's wrong with me? This is actually a Merlot.
Yes.
We kind of get this wine quite frequent, honestly. I really didn't pick it for the movie. We just had it, so...
It was on the counter.
We
wanted to get... we just wanted to do it.
Yeah, we had it on the counter and, we wanted to record, so... There you go. That's it.
We got it.
We got the wine.
We got the wine.
Yeah.
It's good, though. It is good.
Yeah.
Gets the job done.
It does. Absolutely.
All right, now let's move on over to the handy-dandy Shakespearean notebook.
All right, I got slobbery, stubborn, hard, malmsey butt.
Mm-hmm.
Malmsey butt. Slobbery, wet, muddy. Let's see. Stubborn, hard, willfully unreasonable. Malmsey butt. Large cask of Malmsey. A strong, sweet wine.
Ooh.
Okay. That's weird.
Malmsey butt.
A wet, stubborn...
Sweet wine. I want it.
Sounds delicious.
Yes. All right, Callie, what does this film mean to you?
I just really enjoy this movie. I think it's super fun. It really pokes at how, especially like back then, I'm not sure how it is nowadays because I don't really pay attention to that anymore, but how obsessed the public and the press and paparazzi, they were just so obsessed with celebrity couples that they hang on to them like it's their lives. And if something goes wrong or there's a scandal, there's a breakup, like people just flip their shit. And how a lot of, when it comes to like movies and shit, like promoting and all that, sometimes adding a little drama helps with box office. And I think this film really kind of pokes fun, and it's a little tongue-in-cheek here and there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's very aware of itself, that they know that they're kind of being a little ridiculous, but it's like they're making fun of themselves in a way. So, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's fun. It's a good cast. Have you seen this before me?
No.
No. We watched it like one time.
Yep.
Yeah.
One time long ago at your mother's.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple interesting things that I found. Julia Roberts turned down the lead role, which was Gwen Harrison, the role that Catherine Zeta-Jones ended up getting. Because
it's too much like her.
Maybe. Too much like life, maybe. So we've heard from the grapevines. You look at us now; we're acting all petty, like
I know.
like we know what's going on in her real life. But she wanted the supporting role. I think maybe that was a good choice
for her.
For her, you know. And honestly, I'm glad because Catherine Zeta-Jones, man, she hit this role like right out of the park.
Yeah,
she nailed it. In my opinion, I thought she was great. Billy Crystal originally wrote the part of Eddie for himself, like years ago.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I don't know how.
He must have been young when he made this shit then.
Possibly. Maybe. I don't know how young. They didn't really say like how many years ago he wrote it, but the director persuaded him to take the role of Lee, which is like the what is he? Can't freaking remember. He's like a publicist. He does all like the promoting of like the studios that he worked at. Yeah, I think that's all I really wrote down. But yeah, let's get started. So the film opens up with like a bunch of trailers for like these cheesy movies.
Yeah.
Like cheesy romance, drama films starring Eddie and Gwen. They are America's sweethearts.
Yeah.
Yes. Like some of them were just like he was a baseball player in the hospital and she was the nurse saying, "No, you can't die because I'm in love with you."
And he's like he's like in a fucking coma.
Yeah.
And then he just comes to life and starts making
out with her. Yeah, like her lips barely touch his and he's awake.
Yes.
Oh my god. And there's something with like a courtroom where she's innocent and freaking Eddie's just like, and this is John Cusack, by the way. He's just like, "Oh, I object. I cannot believe that this woman, she's my client, but she has just made me, I just feel so, I'm in love with her."
I love the one random person. Oh,
wonderful, yeah. And they just are making out, like, in the courtroom while she's, like, on trial for murder or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't even fucking know. So it was, like, a little promo thing. Like, they are America's sweethearts. They're a real-life couple. They dazzle the silver screen. People love them. And we see Lee was watching it with this guy, Danny, who is played by Seth Green. And Lee was fired as the movie studio publicist, and Danny is his younger replacement. Before, because Lee got fired, we don't really get told why he got fired.
Yeah.
It's just, he's fired. But
probably the age thing.
That's what I'm
Danny
thinking.
Danny
was younger and older. I mean, if you see that in a lot throughout the film, that, you know, Catherine Zeta-Jones' character, Gwen, she goes for a younger this and younger that, and that seems pretty, I think that might be another, like, little niche to Hollywood, how it's there. They always want the younger.
Yeah. And that's a thing in life in general now, especially.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yep, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, who cares if you're seasoned and you know what you're doing?
Right.
It's, you're young and dumb and hung. I don't know.
Just because you're 21 and hung doesn't mean... Try more gum!
Before Lee gets to leave, the producer of the studio, Dave Kingman, played by Stanley Tucci, or Tukey.
Yeah, either way.
Wants to see him in the screening room. Dave was the one that fired Lee.
Stanny T.
Stanny T, yeah.
Stanny T.
Dave wants to show Lee the newest and last Eddie and Gwen movie that they did together, directed by Hal Weidman. And Lee's just like, "Oh my god, the Eddie and Gwen movie, great! How is it?" "Oh yeah, let me just play it for you real quick."
Let's play it. Oh, you're gonna love this.
You're gonna love this. You hear this like opening orchestrated music. You see Gwen Harrison, Eddie Thompson, or Tom,
Harrison. Wait.
Eddie Thomas. Yeah, in Time Over Time. And then it fucking goes black.
Yeah.
And Lee's just like, "Hey, is there something going on?" And Dave's just like, "Nope.
Movie's fine."
Yeah. At least I think it is. I don't know, because pretty much Hal just sent me were the titles. The titles!
And he also sent this letter that it needs to be in blue.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Dave, let me know how you like the titles. They can also be in blue. And he's just like, the paper. Like, he's this, like, manic, like, crazy producer person.
Yeah.
And he says his assistant said we should not have hired Hal Whiteman to direct a freaking picture. And the guy's like, he won 3 Oscars. He's a freaking genius. And Dave's just like, no. Fucking, he's out of his mind. Apparently, Hal Weidman, he bought from the government, the Unabomber's, like, shack.
Yeah.
And that's what he does. That's where he goes to, like, edit his films. That he's this, like, really out there, crazy, like, he calls him, like, a psychopath. He's very, I don't know, how would you like, describe the kind of director that Hal Weidman is?
I think Hal, in a weird way, is like a hippie kind of like, just down to earth to the point that nothing fucking bothers him. And, you know, he's the dude, man. He's the dude, man.
Yeah, he's more into, like, real life, and he's not about the fakeness of Hollywood.
Right.
So, but apparently that also makes him a genius and crazy, which... you know, it's sometimes a good match and sometimes it's not.
Right.
But Hal calls Dave, and Dave wants to, like, I'm gonna kill him. Put him on speaker. Hey, Hal, how you doing? I've been thinking about you. I was gonna send you a basket or something. Is everything okay?
Yeah. I thought he calls him babe, too.
Yeah, hey, babe.
Like, hey, babe.
Yeah. And Hal Weidman is played by Christopher Walken. Mm-hmm. Just as Christopher Walken as Walken can be.
Oh, yeah. My mother says, it's the best picture I've ever done. I can't fucking do it.
Yeah. And he's like, he also is like, Dave, you didn't say anything about the titles. And Dave's like, oh, I love them. I have no notes. That's such a, like, oh, I have no notes.
I have no notes.
They're great. And Hal says, like, the film is finished, but he doesn't want anyone to see it, like, separately. He wants to bring the film to the junket where the press and very minimal people get to see the premiere of a movie, which also gives them time to, like, you know, promote it and all that. And Dave is, like, panicking, like, no. I do not experience anything with the press.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I want everyone to experience it together.
Yeah,
something like that. And he's like, I'm hanging up now, Dave. No. He's like banging the freaking phone on the chair. He stares at Lee, and Lee's like, no, I am not doing this.
Yeah.
Dave wants Lee to lead the junket in under like 2 weeks or something.
Right.
And Lee's like, no, I'm not doing this. That's what you got Danny for. Danny can handle it. And Dave's just like, no, this is his first junket. I need this to work. Like, pretty much begging him that he hasn't had a hit in a long time. The studio can go under, and he blah, 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 blah. And Lee's like, all right, what do you need? Dave's like, I want you to get Eddie and Gwen back together. Like, that's fucking crazy, because we hear that Gwen is now shacked up with a young Spanish lad. Mm-hmm. Not lad, man, but a man.
Supposed to be a lad.
Supposed to be a man. He's a young man. And Eddie is in some crazy retreat up in the mountains. And Dave's just like, okay, I just want you to make it look like that they might get back together, so the press doesn't know that we don't have a film. And Lee's like, all right, I'll do it if you give me my job back.
Yeah.
And Dave's just like, no. But Lee was like, all right, well, have a good time. Drop me a line. Let me know how it works. And Dave finally caves. He's like, yes, if you can get Eddie and Gwen back together, you will get your job back. So pretty much Lee, like, 86s all of Danny's plans for the junket. And they're at like the Four Seasons, and Lee's just like, no, we gotta get them out in the middle of nowhere, like in the desert, like The Shining, isolated. And someone suggests that there's like a new resort or something opening up. It's a Hyatt out in Vegas. Yeah. Like, it's very secluded. And he's like, yes, good. And let's book like a bunch of activities for them to do, like to make it like it's more about them and not about the movie. Cocktail parties, hay rides, circle jerks, anything to distract them that there's no film. And yeah, just pretty much just distract from the possibility that there might not be a film at all. Mm-hmm. And Danny's like, well, how are you going to get Eddie and Gwen to be together in the same room? Like, they pretty much, it's been like almost a year, I believe, since they've like seen each other. And Lee calls the one person he knows who can get both of them to go. Mainly Gwen.
By using a Rolodex.
By using... that you're so fascinated by the fact that he had a Rolodex.
Oh, I love it. Anytime I see fossils.
Oh, it was a Rolodex.
I know. Anytime I see fucking fossils, I have to just get my brush and my chisel, and I have to fucking dig it out.
Okay, Fred Flintstone.
Because it amazes me. And this was, what, 2001?
Yeah. There was no Palm Pilots back then?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Maybe that was the last Rolodex ever seen on film.
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe.
Look at that.
I know we fucking had one. We had a Rolodex.
I just remember, like, the Dewey Decimal System at a library. Where you had to go in the drawer, and there's, like, a fucking 1,000 stack of cards. So you can find one book that you're not going to read, but you have to check it out because it's for class.
Right.
So Lee calls Kiki. Kiki is Julia Roberts and is Gwen's sister. I can't remember who's supposed to be the oldest and the youngest. From what I read, it's supposed to be that Gwen is older than Kiki, but Julia Roberts is older than Catherine Zeta-Jones by maybe like 6-ish years. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's a little... I tried to go both ways, like, which one really is the oldest and the youngest? And I always thought that Gwen was the younger one because she acts like a child.
Yeah, makes sense.
But who knows? I don't remember. I tried listening, but either I missed it or it was never brought up. And Gwen is at the Larry King show getting interviewed, and Larry King is being kind of a dick, and you can tell Gwen's a little pressed.
She's
not happy to be there, and they're taking like fan calls, and people are like, "Oh, Gwen, I love you so much, but I'm so sorry. Like, ever since you and Eddie broke up, like, I just can't sleep at night."
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I can't even watch your films anymore. I just turn it off right away. It just makes me sick.
Yeah.
And poor Gwen, she's kind of like, what the fuck are you talking about? And even like, LK was like, I mean, come on, your last 2 movies completely tanked.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. And she's like, well, they did really well in Europe, Eddie, and Japan. Yeah. He didn't care.
Wow.
Yeah, they can't watch her without Eddie. And Gwen is a very spoiled princess. She is every kind of diva you can think of. It's like a caricature of what, like, a Hollywood actress is. I don't know if you agree with that, or what did you think of Gwen at first?
I thought that she was that typical what you pretty much just said.
Okay.
I thought that she was just she was cunt.
Yep.
First off, like, really horrible human fucking being. And yeah, I think that they were really going for like that uptight, stuck up diva.
Yeah, that everything is done for her. She has assistants. She has an entourage. Kiki pretty much does everything for her. And like, I mean, Gwen has a little bit of a point. Like, she makes a point where it's like, why can't the people just accept that I don't want to be with Eddie anymore? Yeah. Why does everyone, like, no one cares about my feelings? And I mean, it's just so hard to be me.
Yeah. Is someone smoking?
Is someone smoking? Is someone smoking? I don't know. And it's probably Larry. Yeah.
Oh.
And yes, I think she does have a point where it's like, okay, people get over it. If they don't want to be together, they don't want to be together. But still, she's a brat.
Yeah.
I mean, she can't even put her boots on. I mean, Kiki puts her boots on for her.
Jesus.
I mean, it's horrible. Kiki is trying to, like, ease in, like, hey, well, remember that guy, Lee? You were really upset during something, and he got you that toffee. And she's like, I don't remember Lee, but I remember that toffee. That was great toffee. Kiki's like, well, we can get you some more toffee when we go to the junket.
Yeah.
And of course, Gwen's just like, oh, I don't want to. I don't have to. I don't want to. Mm-hmm. And we then jump to Eddie. Eddie is at a wellness center, and the lovely Alan Arkin plays his wellness guide. He has this little branch of leaves. He's just floating
long
around.
Fucking hair.
Long hair. White hair. He's kind of explaining to him, he wants him to write a letter to his mother.
Yeah.
But not a real letter. We're not going to send a letter, but it's just I want you just to really open up and express everything you've always wanted to say to your mother. Now, what did you write? Eddie, dear Mom, fuck you.
Okay, well, Eddie, I think we're going to serve on that.
Yes, we'll come back to the letter. Yes.
We'll come back to the letter, okay? I don't know what the fuck they were trying to do with him. Is he trying to go Indian? Was he trying to be... I don't know what the fuck. It was just... But it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was really hilarious. Everyone were barefoot and we're doing yoga. He's like taking these herbs. He's learning how to be balanced and be more grateful. It's pretty much so he can get over Gwen. Yeah. That's the point. And his guide encourages Eddie to talk about Gwen. Mm-hmm. It's time. It's time to talk about Gwen. And Eddie tells a story about like an incident when he followed Gwen and her new lover at, Eddie calls it, their Chinese place. They're sitting at our table, ordering our crumpled duck and our wonton soup. And like Eddie's on like some moped thing. Some like sporty looking motorcycle. And
a Honda.
Yeah, probably like a Honda or something. And he said he didn't know what came over him. For some reason, he just started charging towards the restaurant. And you see this like big dramatic thing of Eddie's and his motorcycle like going through the window. And the two are like, oh my God. Very, very dramatic. And Gwen believes that he tried to kill her. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's true about the rumors with a restraining order. I'm going to assume not. It was probably a rumor because they, end up seeing each other. But Eddie says it was an accident. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think they are both crazy. Mm. Like, they're both very egocentrical diva actors. Yeah. Like, Eddie is not like Gwen. Like, he's not like he's not really like Gwen, but there's still something about them where it's like, okay, yeah, they're these like needy kind of like Eddie is a little more insecure. He doesn't really push for compliments, but he'll gladly accept them. Yeah. Lee goes to see Eddie. Eddie has been at the wellness center for like 6 months and has had like zero progress. Right. And he's like, oh yeah, like 2 weeks at this place and you're completely transformed. And Lee's just like, oh, how long has it been for you? About 6 months. 6 months. Yeah, about 6 months. Lee tells Eddie about the junket and baits him that the movie was great. He needs to move on. This is going to really help his career, and Gwen will be there. And of course, Eddie's like, oh, Gwen will be there? Oh my God, I don't know if I'm ready. They're not going to let me go. I mean, this is some serious stuff I'm working with. They're not just going to let me leave. Cut to the spiritual guru guide or whatever. He's like, oh, you can go. Yes, you are ready. Just remember, mekalale beam shalabim. Something like, yeah. And Eddie's like, what does that mean? And he's just like, I don't know. It's very old.
See, when he did that, oh my God, I died, dude. I fell out because he said that and then, I don't know, it's very old. And fucking Alan Arkin did like this face, like he was going to start laughing. And then he put his finger to his mouth and he was just like, and like finger to the mouth and then like phalanges to the sky after that. Just like kind of, shh. Okay, I'm ready. Yes. Shit like that. I was like, oh my God, dude. He had to fucking... Yeah. He just made that shit up.
Pretty much. Because Eddie gets in the car and Lee's like, oh, thank you so much. And you'll get the car within 2 weeks. Yeah. Convertible. Yes. Lee's like, hey, is he going to be okay? Like, he's going to make it through this, right? The guy goes, life is a cookie. He puts the leaves on his face. Almost like another, like... tactic to help him not laugh again or something. Life is a cookie. Take that as a yes.
Oh my God. He was a god, dude.
Yeah, it was so a very small role, but man, he was funny as shit. I actually did not realize that it was Alan Arkin until I rewatching it with you. Mm-hmm. I had no freaking idea.
No, Eddie, you have to say it like this.
Yeah. Lee goes to Gwen now, and Gwen still doesn't want to go. She is just like, why does anybody not care that he tried to kill me? Like, why is everyone wanting a piece of me? Everybody hates me. I'm just, ugh. And, Lee sees Kiki, and he's like, oh my god, Kiki, you look great. Like, could you, like, change your hair?
Yeah.
Get some sun? Of course, freaking Gwen, she's rude, rude as hell. Like, she lost 60 pounds. Kiki's like, yeah, I lost a lot of weight. 60 pounds? That's Backstreet Boy.
That's Backstreet Boy.
Yeah. Hector comes in, and that's Hank Azaria. His accent.
Oh my god.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's obviously a huge joke that it's a joke.
I mean, he sounds like Agador again. It's Agador with a lisp.
It's Agador with, I think, less a lisp. Is it less?
No, it's the lisp.
It's a little more.
No, it's more of a lisp.
More of a lisp. We go to the junkie.
We go to the donkey.
We go to the honky.
Honky.
The honky. Yes.
Oh, we go to the honky.
We just beat the shit.
Oh, this pizza shit out. I can't fucking do
pizza
it.
Shit. Yeah.
I just love when Billy Crystal's like, well, it's part of the studio.
Yeah. And even Gwen, like, they're doing this, like, public display of affection, and Gwen's just like, I'm sorry, Lee, he's Spanish.
He's Spanish.
Like, what the fuck does that mean? But Lee doesn't want Hector to go to the honky.
Yeah.
So Hector's like pushing, like, no, we need to go to the honky, and I will protect you, because he's explained that Eddie's gonna be there, and he's just like,
dick bag asshole.
Dick bag asshole. Yes. And Gwen has another fit, and she thinks that no one cares what she wants, and she stomps away. And Kiki goes and talks to Gwen, and you can even see it in Gwen's face. She's like brooding, like hands across her chest, and just like, ugh. But when she hears Kiki coming, she kind of looks to the right. Like, she wants to be chased. Mm-hmm. That's her thing. She's the leading woman. She's the lead actress. She gets chased. So that's what she does to get what she wants, apparently. And Kiki works her magic and says, hey, you know what? This could really chipper up your career. I mean, yeah, people hate you right now, but if you show up and just smile with Eddie, a couple pictures, hey, I think this will help reboost your image. And Gwen's like, all right, but I can't do it without you. Sis, will you come with me? And Gwen also mentions that this junket could be an opportunity to give Eddie divorce papers. Mm-hmm. So it's clear she really has no interest in getting back
with Eddie.
Eddie still seems to be hanging on, so we see. Mm-hmm. So they're driving to the resort. They're in like separate limos, and there's this fun moment with Lee setting up who will arrive at the hotel first. And it goes back and forth where Eddie wants to go second. Gwen's like, okay, fine. No, wait, I'm not his opening act. I'm going second. Yeah. Goes back to Eddie. I don't care. Like, I really don't freaking care. Why is this an issue? Goes back. Okay, you're going second. Fine. No, wait, I want to go first. Yeah. Eddie, you're going I don't care. I don't care.
Just throwing the pills at him.
Yeah, he's got all these, like, pills and herbs and teas and shit that he got from the wellness center. I don't know. I thought that was really funny. Yeah. A little funny exchange. And even the limo driver is like, I don't see why we have to go first. Just drive the car! Just drive! They arrive at the hotel, and press everywhere, and fans, people taking pictures and wanting to get, like, interviews and whatnot. And they show up, they're both, like, pros. They have a big smile, big smile, big smile. And we see a moment with Kiki looking at Eddie and not really getting to see his full face, but I don't know, she gives like a look that's kind of like, huh, what's going on there? Mm. Yeah, like there might be a history or something. Yes. Eddie, he's on the verge, and he really doesn't think that he can do this. He still thinks he's in love with Gwen, and just seeing her again just kind of like reopened up the floodgate, if you will. But he says he's going to bed, but he ends up like wandering. Mm-hmm. Over to Gwen's cottage, and he kind of like peeks up like in the back, and he sees this figure of a woman in white walking by like the pool. There's like steam going up, and Eddie slips and he falls on a cactus. Mm. And yeah. And we see these two like security guards.
Oh, I want to talk about real quick when he fucking climbs up there. that fucking walk that the woman was doing and just staring off to the left, just very, like, walking all slow, just like, okay, I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking over here, I'm not gonna be in view. Like, I was like, dear God, could you have at least been a little bit, I don't know, look at the pool or some goddamn thing.
Oh, I think they were trying to make her look like it might possibly not be real. Like, I don't know. I think, God, I can't think of the word. Like, yeah, I think it was. I think they might have done that on purpose.
And wanted us to think that he was seeing an illusion.
Either an illusion or they don't want us to see who it was.
Right.
Too.
I get it, but I think that there are better ways than just walk slow and only look to the left up. Angrily.
And anyone would have heard that crash.
Right.
When Eddie fell. Mm-hmm. And he, like, fell into these cacti, and he's got all these little prickers.
On his dick.
Over his He's, like, trying to pull them out, and the security camera, it looks like Eddie is pretty much... He's jacking it over by the cottages. Security sees it, and Lee's trying to say, hey, you know, this is not a big deal. We don't need you to do this. He's like, hey, man, this is Vegas. I don't know what's like in LA, but, you know, exposing yourself and doing that's an offense. And he's like, I was not doing that. I was pulling out the prickers.
We saw you, Mr. Harrison, okay?
Yeah, Mr. Thomas. He was pulling... Lee's just like, he was pulling out the prickers.
I keep saying, why is Julia Roberts at the top of the fucking cast?
I don't know. I thought that she turned down the lead role.
She's the first fucking name.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Get out of there.
Get out of there, Junior.
Lee bribes the security guards with swag bags.
Right.
And to not file a report and to get the security camera footage so it doesn't get leaked.
Yeah. And they didn't fill out a report.
They did not. They're like, I guess we don't really have to,
Yeah.
I would love some diamond earrings for my girlfriend.
Right.
Gwen and Kiki are watching TV. They're watching the news, and it shows the security camera footage. Like how quick was that?
Oh, those fuckers got fired.
Who did?
Those security guards. They got fired because of that shit. They lost their job.
Possibly, but it wasn't them.
No, I know.
Oh.
I mean, because the tape got out. They didn't file a fucking report. All of this shit. And they're sitting there with fake diamond earrings.
They probably still got fired. Not only did they not file a report, they also accepted a bribe.
There you go.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Every night this happens to us.
Yeah. They thought they were catching a break.
Right.
But, they're all saying, like, oh, looks like Eddie Thomas is having a little pokey outside of Gwen's room. What could this be? You know, stupid... the fuck is it called? I don't even know anymore. I don't watch that shit anymore.
Yeah.
Gossip shit. Yeah.
Who the fuck is running a goddamn generator?
Is this a helicopter? I don't know what the...
It did kind of feel like a helicopter.
It felt like a helicopter, didn't it?
Oh, that's fucked.
That's funny. Gwen is in duress, just like, Lee, what is going on? He was out there and he was doing something not good. Is he trying to kill me again?
No. With the weapon in his hand, I highly doubt it.
Yeah. I feel like Chris Lee's so funny.
I love
with
him.
Those like almost like a throwaway line.
Yeah.
That where he just like throws a little like shade and like little like digs here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good. So good. Really good writing, I think, too. And he's good. He's good at working these actors, man.
Yeah,
he's just like, hey, somebody has to be beautiful tomorrow, and that somebody is you.
Yeah.
So go get some rest. And she's like, I know. I have to look beautiful tomorrow. And Danny comes in and he's all like excited, like, oh yeah, hey, good, look what we did, good job. And Eddie calls like right after Gwen, and Lee's like, Eddie, I have no idea what happened. These freaking guys, how did they get a hold? You know, everybody has a price. My God, you know what? We're gonna, what's it called when they, they're gonna put out a statement and tell the truth, and don't worry, we'll get this all figured out.
Yeah.
But you need to get some sleep, buddy, because someone has to be handsome tomorrow, and that somebody is you.
That somebody is you.
And Danny's like, you like Eddie, right? He's like, yeah, Eddie, I love him. But Danny says, but you sold the tape. So it was Lee who sold the tape to the news.
The press,
the press, yeah. It was all local news. It wasn't, anything national. And Lee's just like, yeah, but you know what? I love Eddie, but this is part of my job.
Right.
You just got to push through it, even if you're going to have moments where you're going to be a little heartless.
Mm-hmm.
Gwen goes to Kiki and pretty much, begs her to go get Eddie so she can talk to him. She's claiming that she's, worried and she's not going to be able to sleep. Who knows why she really wants to talk to Eddie? I don't know. I think she's mostly worried that he's going to act out and be ridiculous, and it's going to make her look bad. She really doesn't care about Eddie. She's more worried about herself, which, Kiki doesn't want to get in the middle. Like she says, as always, I'm not doing your dirty work, and Kiki works her little magic. Just please, Kiki. Yeah. As Kiki approaches Eddie's suite, we get a little flashback of Kiki. We see what she used to look like before she lost the weight. Mm-hmm. It's at a hotel that Eddie is in. She goes to see him to kind of comfort him. This is when I believe Eddie found out about what's going on between Gwen and Hector, and he's drinking wine, he's getting drunk, he's all upset, and Kiki's trying to really comfort him, and it's weird, it sucks that we don't get we get a little bit of what things were like back then later on, but I wish we got to see at least a good moment between the three of them, because there's been talk of them having some fun times and blah blah blah. Eddie and Kiki they're pretty close, friends wise, but Kiki always just kind of was Kiki. She was Gwen's sister and assistant, so you can definitely see that Kiki has feelings for Eddie, and Eddie's they're sitting on the couch, and he's just oh God, thank you, Kiki. You're such a good friend. Thank you for coming here and talking me down. And Eddie kisses Kiki. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't back away. She's a little taken aback.
She does that weird shit with her fingers.
Oh, yeah.
She was wiggling them.
It's weird. Yeah, they make Kiki look out to be, when she was heavy, a little more socially awkward. Mm. It could be a way for them to show her lack of confidence. Yeah. And Kiki now she's more confident. She's a little more of I don't want to say a ball buster, but you can see the way she handles people. For Gwen, it's oh, no, don't do this. Are you smoking? No, take out those calla lilies. She does not like those. She's go. Mm-hmm. She might have been a little more reserved and shy, before then, but. We get back to the present, and Eddie mentions that night that we just saw. He's like, oh my God, because they haven't seen each other since then. And Eddie's like, oh my God, that night, I am so sorry. I was just super depressed, and I was drunk, and you were so nice to me, and I definitely took advantage of the situation, and I think that I kissed you. I mean, that was nice, really nice of him to be saying that I took advantage of the situation kind of thing, because. Yeah, you can't just kiss somebody like that, But Kiki was like, I don't remember. I don't remember that you kissed me. So yeah, whatever happened, it's fine. Yeah. But Kiki tells Eddie that Gwen wants to speak with him, and they kind of do it in secret, where they're on a golf cart, and Danny and Lee are following them, and there's this fun moment with their walkie-talkies, Pebbles and Bam Bam are on the move. What? Yeah. Eddie and Kiki. It's code. It's fun.
It's fun. Yeah.
Siegfried and Roy are out the building. Siegfried and Roy are here? You wanted to do this, you little schmuck. Yeah. The monkey is in daycare. Jesus. They get over to Gwen. She's up on a hill with her car. And Eddie has this very dark, daydream. Yeah. Which I know this isn't like a dark comedy, but it's like, it's funny, but if you think about it, like, that's really fucking dark.
Yeah.
Like, Eddie, it's like a dark scene, and Gwen's just like...
Very noir.
Very noir, yes, and Gwen is like leaning on the car, like, oh, Eddie, I've been such a fool. I am so sorry. Do you forgive me? Oh, is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Actually, it's a gun.
And he fucking shoots her! He doesn't even do one shot. He takes multiple shots to this woman. And he comes to from the dream, and he has a moment of like, oh man, that would be nice, but no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's pretty dark, but it's...
kept doing that stupid fucking... Yeah.
Stupid. Gwen pretty much just says to Eddie, look, we have to make this work. Like, you and I both know that we both need this film to be a hit. And Eddie's just like, I know you do. Mm-hmm. Oh, that face she makes. She's like, huh. And if anyone asks, we're still really, really close. We're in constant contact, and everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. We're super close. We're working things out.
Yeah.
We're working on things. That's code for, like, they're going to keep them hooked.
Yeah.
You know, that, they possibly will or won't. But another new segment comes on. It's called Dancing in the Moonlight. So Lee and Dave got pictures of Eddie and Gwen in the car, and they get a little close because something happens with the car. Hector sees this because it gives people, oh, was this a night with the lovers? And Hector's like, what the shit?
What the shit? He's in a big bubble bath.
He's in a huge bubble bath. I am so jealous of that bubble bath, man.
Too, yeah.
Oh my god, that tub looked amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Eddie and Gwen are doing these back-to-back interviews with, like, all the members of the press. It's like I can't imagine how many of these actors go through. Like, probably in the hundreds.
Right.
In, like, one place.
Yeah, shit. The fucking press where they had a time limit of 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah. And they got really funny really fast.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Cusack had some hilarious fucking shit.
He did. Eddie's like, one of the interviewers was like, you guys are looking good. You look very relaxed around each other. And Eddie's just like, yeah, well, you know, before this, I actually took like 6 Vicodin. Yeah. So I'm going to be nice and relaxed until about mid-March. Yeah. And it gets to Gwen kind of just bullshitting, like, oh, well, it was just so wonderful working with Hal Weidman. He's just so brilliant, and he loves actors. And then it goes to the next one, like hours, and like who knows how long. Like, Eddie and I, we're still just so close. We're like kindred spirits, and
like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Like Sodom and Gomorrah.
We're so strong.
We're just so strong. He's my pillar of strength. And you can see Eddie, he's starting to sink lower and lower into the couch kind of thing, like just rolling his eyes. He's eating little things of cheese, and you know. And the last interview, he just kind of interrupts. Gwen is like, yeah, you know, not only are we super close and in constant contact, I mean, you should see these phone bills. I mean, we call each other like 3 or 4 times a day. You know, we've also tried... honey, what would you say? We've done a couple 3-ways. And it's an older lady. She's kind of like, huh? Yeah. And Eddie's like, yeah, I mean, I'm not too happy that I'm sharing my wife with someone else. But after spending a couple nights in the sack with him, I kind of see where the appeal is. I mean, but for a real big guy, he's not packing a whole lot south of the border, if you know what I mean. And that's 5 minutes.
That's 5 minutes. Yeah.
Give our love to everyone at Salt Lake. So pretty much it shows that was like a Mormon press thing. And Gwen was like, what the fuck was that about? And I was just like, come on. I was bored. Like, what do you want after the 400th and whatever interview? Lee's like really pumping Eddie up, like, oh my god, you did so well. Oh, like, you always give me 110%. Eddie's just like, what do you need? Just one thing. I just need you to have dinner with Gwen for 45 minutes. Just come on. It'll just be really super quick. And Eddie's just like, no. They get into the elevator, and Lee, in a panic, tells Eddie that Hal is holding the film hostage. We have no film. All these people are here for nothing, and they need the distraction to help the press, not think about the film that they might or might not see. And Eddie agrees. Gwen also doesn't want to go to the dinner. And we get like a little background. I mean, it turns out, Kiki has been doing Gwen's dirty work since high school. She was always the one to go to Gwen's boyfriends to break up with them. And she gives this really funny line was, she's like, my yearbook quote was, hey, we have to talk. Because pretty much like Gwen, she was the bicycle. She dated like every guy in high school, half the lacrosse team. And Gwen again guilt trips Kiki. She's like, oh, well, he'll be all alone and it's going to be all your fault. Yeah. And Kiki, she dresses up nice. I think they do a good job at, Julia Roberts, she is a pretty woman, but they were good.
Walking down the street.
Pretty woman. Hey, look at you.
Oh, living true. And then go like
but they're good at keeping her kind of look. I don't want to say homely or plain, but she's clearly not an actress. Yes. She's just a woman. She's a woman.
She's just a woman.
She's just a woman, and he's a man. He's a man. She just says Gwen's not feeling well, and he's like, you know what? Come on, sit with me. Let's catch up. It's the press also. They're like kind of on to what's happening. Rainn Wilson.
I love.
Yeah. He does have a moment with Eddie and Gwen when they interview with him. He's like this stern, like cold, like. Eddie, you had a nervous breakdown when you tried to kill Gwen about this many months ago. Tell me, how are you feeling right now, knowing that your wife is off with some other man, like really just like pulling in the knife, and Eddie's just like, excuse me? Mm-hmm. And Lee's...
You tried to kill her.
Yeah, when you tried to kill Gwen. And that's 5 minutes. And then Rainn Wilson's character, he totally just like... comes out of the character and he's like, oh man, you guys, thank you so much. I'm a huge fan. Because he's the one that's saying to Lee, like, where's the film? There is no film, is there? Like, you're up to something. Lee's like, oh no, I saw it 5 times. I laughed, I cried. Oh my god, you're gonna love it. Just keep having fun. Lee and Danny see that the understudy is there instead of Gwen, and Lee calls Gwen's cottage and works. Everyone's working their magic in this film. Yeah. They're working their magic. Lee's just like, oh, hey Gwen, look, I see Eddie is downstairs at dinner and with Kiki, and you're not. Oh, it's fine. They look so comfortable and wonderful together. Like young lovebirds and blah blah blah. Just a couple of fires I'm gonna have to put out later. But you know what? It's not your problem. Feel better, honey. Okay, bye bye. Yeah. He hangs up and goes to Danny. He's like, give it 5 minutes. So we also see that,
take notes, kid.
Yes. He's like, oh my god, that's fantastic. Yeah, take notes, kid. And they do. Like, Kiki and Eddie, like, they've got some really cool chemistry. Like, you can tell that they've spent a lot of time together. They talk about some really fun times during, like, certain things and whatever, and Kiki's like, I'm sorry I didn't keep in touch or call, and he's like, she's your sister, what can you do? Like, you're fine. And apparently, like, Kiki, she lost a lot of weight from not eating bread. That was a very in thing. Yeah. Back then was don't eat carbs and shit, and she was like craving this breadstick, and Eddie's like, you know what? I think the bread represents something that you want but you can't have. Because Kiki's like, I don't eat bread, but I dream about eating bread. Yeah. And there's kind of like that symbolism in there where it's like, yeah, you can see Kiki wants something that she can't have, and that thing is Eddie. I think she still believes that, he's off limits still. Yeah. Which, oh, yeah. It kind of makes sense. Even though...
They're still married, they're not divorced.
They're not divorced. No. Yeah, there's that, and that's her sister, and so she's been, trying to stay professional and, be a good sister. But Gwen shows up and pretty much just shoos Kiki away and was just like, I need mouthwash. And Eddie's just, like, kind of annoyed with Gwen. And Gwen's, like, waving hi to the press. And Eddie's just like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm doing my job, Eddie. I promote my movies.
Right.
I mean, she's kind of right in that sense, where it's like, the show must go on.
Yeah.
She's desperate for her career to get kicked back up again. And we see that Hector has now arrived. Lee sees Hector and pretty much puts the bug in his ear and says, oh, hey, yeah, Eddie and Gwen, they're, just having a nice, light dinner and, love's in the air, but, whatever, don't worry about it. They're right over there. Hector confronts the table. Eddie tries to stay calm, but Hector keeps taunting him. He's like, what the hell is this shit? Why are you with this pussy boy?
Oh, pussy boy.
Yeah. Oh, pussy boy wants to walk away. Yeah. Dave shows up, and he's, like, so excited. He's just like, Lee, oh, my God. This is more than I can imagine. You have really turned this around. Spielberg dropped the date. I guess Spielberg was supposed to premiere his movie on the same date that their movie was supposed to premiere.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a good thing. And then he sees the fight, and he's like, oh my God, yes, this is great. Hit him!
Who?
Who cares? Hit somebody. And he's just like, I'm not going to fight you, dude. Like, I'm not.
Right.
Like, I just want peace. I'm gonna go. You do your thing. I'm out. And,
Put the boy with peace.
Oh, he wants peace. Yes, he wants peace? Okay. Grabs a cup of water and fucking throws it at Eddie, and Eddie's just like, oh, that's great. Yeah, that's wonderful. And then he, like, fucking tackles Hector. And they get into this, like, really silly fight where it's more just, like, wrestling, like, banging each other, like, on tables and shit, and, like...
Choking them out with bread.
Are you hungry? Eddie, like, stops, and he sees Rainn Wilson, and Rainn Wilson is just, I love your work. And he just, like, walks up and walks away. He's like, okay, whatever. And I'm just gonna... Hector gets him to turn around, and he whacks him with a serving tray and pretty much knocks him on his ass. Kiki helps Eddie, and she has, like, ice on the face.
Look like half a raccoon.
Yeah. He's looking at Kiki, and he's just, like wondering why he always does stupid things. Like, why does it always go to these... eccentrics? Like, why am I overreacting all the time so much? Like, this isn't normal, this isn't right.
Right.
And then they're looking at each other, and then he kisses her. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm sorry, that was just another stupid thing. And she's all for it. Right. She's like, come on, let's go. Dave sees Lee at the bar, and Dave, like, calls Lee, he's the master. Oh my God, he's doing everything. And there's a fun line, Dave says to the bartender, he's like, bartender, I'll have what he's having. That's a nod to When Harry Met Sally.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I read something else that I think Billy Crystal, when he wanted to be Eddie's character, he wanted Meg Ryan as well as the wife, or the other, or maybe Kiki. I don't know. He wanted her involved in the movie in some way. But at the time, Meg Ryan was going through some personal issues, so she wasn't available. Yeah. So he really wanted to work with her again, because When Harry Met Sally was such a huge hit. And Lee pretty much looks like he's kind of over it. Like, he's starting to feel bad about what he's doing. And he even says to Dave, he's like, hey, maybe I can get him to commit suicide at this point. And Dave's like, huh.
What if he does it at
the premiere? Yeah. Good night, Dave.
Good night, Dave.
Yeah. He's like, you are absolutely psychotic. Like Dave is loving every fucking... He just sees dollar signs. Right. He doesn't fucking care about these people. Eddie and Kiki wake up in bed together. Would you say they went all the way?
It did. It looked like, honestly, they just laid in fucking bed and probably, like, made out. I mean, I don't know too many... It was I guess I should say it was good on the film for having them wake up with their clothes on, but at the same time, it's like, what did you do?
Yeah.
But again,
it probably
I don't know.
Keeps us guessing. This film...
You have sex, put your clothes back on, and then you go to bed?
Sometimes.
I mean,
but if it was honestly, if it was their first time, I would bet clothes off. Keeping the clothes off. Yeah. You want to, like, you know...
I think in general you want to,
Yeah, sure.
You just want to be free, man.
You just want to be free, man.
Yeah.
They aren't really sure what to do next. Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, this is crazy what happened. And Eddie's like, hey, okay, why don't I order us some breakfast? Let's start with that first before we start talking about what happened. Kiki asked if she can use his toothbrush, which I find kind of gross.
Oh, it's disgusting.
I would never use someone else's toothbrush.
I'd use my finger.
I would never use your toothbrush. No. We've been together for like 9 years. Yeah. I still would never, ever use your toothbrush.
Nope, me neither. I'd use my finger.
I would use my finger, exactly. Yeah. That's what you do.
Use your fucking finger.
For a one-night stand. That's the rule. You brush your teeth with your finger, and you get the fuck out. Yeah. Don't forget your underwear. Just fucking bounce. Gwen's looking for Kiki. Kiki, I want some juice! Kiki! And then Gwen ends up calling Eddie. And, Gwen says that, like, she wants to talk to Eddie, and Eddie's like, no, this is not, it's not a good time right now. Gwen's pretty much saying that she's going to come up there because she has to talk to him, and Eddie's like, no, do not come up here. Yeah. I will go there, just wait. And Kiki is clearly bothered by this, which I would be too. Mm-hmm. You know, they just had whatever type of passion. And they're having a fun moment together, eating breakfast. It was really cute. He, like, buttered her toast, and she made an exception and had the toast. It was cute. But Eddie pretty much jumps back to Gwen, like, right away. And Kiki's like, why couldn't you tell her you'd see her later? Well, she said that she was going to come over here, and, you know, I don't think that's such a good idea. And Kiki's like, well, are you going to tell her about last night? He's like, pretty much just dodging the question. She's like, well, I don't know. I think I'm just going to wait and see what she says. I mean, I think it might be best to not fuel the fire or whatever. Kiki just fucking bolts. Yeah. Eddie's sitting with Gwen and asks if Kiki's around. Of course, Gwen, Kiki! I don't know where that girl is. You see Kiki coming up. That girl is here. Oh my God. The way that Kiki looks in this moment is really funny to me because it is awkward. She is pissed and her fucks are gone. Yeah. They are way, way gone. Like New Jersey gone. Gwen asks Kiki to make like eggs. Mm-hmm. And Eddie's just like, no. Order room service, whatever. And like, Kiki's like, no. It'll be my pleasure. And Eddie's like, I think he says something under his breath like, yeah, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will be your pleasure. So I can't remember. But Gwen's just kind of asking like, oh, how has he been and blah, blah, blah. And they end up kind of quoting some movie together. And Kiki's making these like big noises in the fucking kitchen making the eggs. And Eddie's like, what movie is that from? Gwen's just like, I don't know. Kiki! What movie is that from?
I don't give a shit!
Yeah. She just goes, I don't give a shit! And Eddie's just like, you know what? I think she's a little lack of sleep. I don't know. Because Gwen's like, I don't know what's wrong with this girl. I don't know what her problem is. What could possibly be wrong? Right. And Gwen's just kind of like, I don't know. Like, it's just been weird being back with you and, you know, seeing how everything is going. Like, are you seeing anybody? And Kiki's like leaning over by like the bar of like some kitchens have like little bar area, and he's like, he sees Kiki and he like covers his mouth and he says to Gwen, well, not technically. Kiki's like, what? He said not technically. Oh my God. Okay, great. Well, here are your eggs, dear sis. And you moron. Here are your eggs. She like dumps the eggs all over fucking Eddie. And Kiki's like, you know what? I'm just gonna cut through the bullshit because I am so tired of this. God, what did she say? Oh, the reason that he is not technically seeing someone, sister dear, is because he is technically still really hung up on you. And you, talking to Eddie, the only reason she agreed to do this is to boost her career and serve you just divorce papers. Right. So that's it. I hope everything's cleared now. I'm out. Mm-hmm. And Eddie's like asking like, oh, is it true about the divorce papers? And Gwen's just kind of like, I mean, yes, but I don't know. Right now I'm like really conflicted because being around you and the press, I mean, come on, Eddie. We've got something here. Something that's going to help her career.
Right.
And then she's like, well, I don't know. Or maybe I should just give you the divorce papers. I don't know. I love Eddie's response. He just like leans in and he's just like, you're the devil.
Yeah.
You're the fucking devil. He fucking leaves and runs to Kiki. Kiki pretty much calls like both of them stupid because Kiki's just like, just pretty much forget this was a thing because it's not going to work because I'm going to be wondering if you're thinking about Gwen and you're going to be wondering if I'm wondering if you're thinking about Gwen. Like, we had a really great time last night, but then as soon as Gwen calls, you couldn't wait to get to her.
Yeah.
So you know what? Fuck you. You're crazy. We're both stupid. We're probably perfect for each other, but it's not going to work. This is crazy. Mm-hmm. We then see Kiki with a smorgasbord of breakfast food.
Right.
And I love Lee. He goes up to her and he's like, oh, here's where they're hiding the buffet. And Kiki's like, do you want to see what rock bottom is? This is it. This is it. She's like, I am so sick and tired of Gwen. I'm so sick from Kikikins. Who's smoking? Is someone smoking within the 6-mile radius of where I'm standing? Stop them, Kiki. Stop them. And she keeps wanting, like, more butter.
Yeah.
And the waitress is, like, totally, like, ignoring her. She's like, you know what? If I had an assistant, they would be milking a cow so I can have butter with my breakfast. It's just, like, having a complete meltdown. And Lee just pretty much says, you're in love with Eddie, aren't you? Mm-hmm. And Kiki's like, wouldn't that be stupid? And Lee kind of says, hey, you know what? I've been doing Eddie and Gwen films forever, and I have never seen Eddie look at Gwen the way he's been looking at you lately. Have you noticed that?
Have I?
Yeah.
Noticed how he was looking at her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean,
I noticed it when he kissed her on the first scene when they were drunk and she was...
Yeah.
You know?
Eddie's just kind of in his room drinking Coronas.
Yeah.
He's more conflicted than ever. Boo-hoo. His life.
Boo-hoo.
Everyone is outside for like a buffet. Dave and Lee are in a panic because the film still hasn't arrived. Mm-hmm. At this point, they're like, just get shit-faced, and if there's a movie, there's a movie. Whatever. And then people notice that Eddie is up on the roof with his arms up in the air like Jesus Christ. Like, he looks like he's gonna jump.
It's very say anything.
Very say anything. And you know what I noticed? I don't know if it's in, like, John Cusack's, like, contract, but does he require that every character he plays wears a long trench coat?
Oh, it's true.
Like a leather. It's most of the time it's leather, but then other times it's always a long jacket.
Yeah.
Like, why? I know he's a really tall guy, and I'm wondering if the leather jacket, like, does that shorten him a little bit?
I think it just looks good on him.
I mean, I guess it does. Or, you know, every actor kind of has, you know, if they have the power, they'll say, hey, in my contract, I gotta wear that leather. And there is a lot of leather wearing in the film, like a lot of leather pants, leather jackets. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say it was just the time, like 2001.
Well, maybe he pulls a Billy Zane and he brings his own jackets, like Billy Zane brings his own wigs.
Sure.
Maybe that's what it is.
Which one of my jackets do you want me to wear?
Puts out a fucking briefcase. All right, which one of these trenches?
Yeah, which one of these trenches
do you want me to wear?
And Dave, of course, he is up for it. He's like, oh my god, he's gonna jump. We need to get a helicopter. We need to get some cameras and shit. Yeah. Come on. And Lee,
shut up, Dave!
Shut up, Dave! Jump! Lee...
Pussy boy, jump.
Yeah, Hector, he's like, come on, pussy boy's gonna jump. He's gonna be a pussy boy pancake.
Pussy boy goes flat.
But I love Gwen. She's up there looking up and she's like, why is he doing this to me? It's all
God, she is such a gash, man.
I know. She's horrible. Because she tells Lee, like, that at first Lee's like, he's not going to jump.
Right.
And Gwen's like, I've told him about the divorce papers. And Lee's like, oh shit.
He's going to jump!
He's going to jump! So he goes to try to help Eddie, but he, like, bursts open the door and it pushes Eddie to almost fall down a really tall the hotel.
Yeah.
And it's really comical. It's physical. Lee grabs, like, what is it? The fire hose.
The fire hose, yeah.
Throws it to Eddie to, like...
I was saving you for jumping. Why killing me?
Yeah. And I also think Lee swinging the hose.
Oh, it was very fucking, yeah.
Very City Slickers.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, Billy Crystal likes to do callbacks to his stuff, you know?
Oh, I love it.
I think he likes to do that.
Oh god, now I want to watch that.
The City Slickers.
Fuck.
But he helps Eddie get back up, and he says to Eddie, bow. He's like, what do you mean bow? You trying to kill me? It'll make you look better. So they, like, raise their arms up, and they did a bow. People are clapping, like, oh my god, this is part of the show.
Yeah.
And Lee's just like, what are you doing? He's like, I was just going up there just to get some air, to get some clarity. Like, I screwed up. I really think that I've lost her. And Lee's just like, a guy goes to a rabbi and he says, I think my wife is trying to kill me. The rabbi goes and talks to the wife. The rabbi comes back to the husband and says, I have been talking to your wife for 3 hours. Take the poison.
Right.
And Eddie's like, no. I've messed things up with Kiki. I lost her. Totally fucked shit up. And Lee, he starts by saying, no, you didn't. We can make this work. And then this helicopter flies by. It's Hal with the movie.
Oh, yeah, Hal.
Yeah. Oh, my God, Hal. Hi, oh, my God. Everyone's all like smiley. Like, oh,
yeah.
He looks great. Woo.
He's come down in a wife beater and a fucking, like, jacket.
Yeah.
Just,
he's
the fucking...
He's wearing, like, flare jeans.
Yeah.
Like, he's wearing, like, bell-bottoms and shit. They go into the screening room, and there's a nice little introduction, and Hal, he gets up to the mic and says, this is the most honest movie I have ever made, and I hope you enjoy it. And the film starts out normal. Eddie is like this time-traveling cop, and he travels to World War II, where Gwen's character is, and Eddie like walks up to Gwen and is like, Mrs. something, I can't remember her name. I don't know. You have to come with me. I don't know how to tell you this, but he opens up his trench coat.
Yeah. And
says, I'm from the future. And he's wearing this like really cheesy like 80s style like what someone from the future like looks like.
Flash Gordon
type
shit.
Very, very Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
And I love Gwen's response in her character is, oh my God. Oh my God. Like she believes him right away. I would have been like, don't you have to take that back to Party City?
Right.
Like, you're fucking crazy. But then we start to hear Hal's voice. Time after time is like time in a bottle that can't be rewritten or something.
Oh!
And then it cuts to a image of Hal talking. Pretty much, he was saying that the Time Over Time movie, the script was shit. I tossed it. We're not seeing this movie. I had an idea for an even better movie. And he wants to see real life. The stench. The stink. Something like... And everyone is just like, what the fuck is going on?
The stench.
The stink. Everyone just does like a... What is that called, really? It's not like a
double take.
Is it like a double? It's
take back.
A take back. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a take back. That I love that physicality of the take back. Like,
oh, I love Stanley Tucci. As soon as Hal's voice started coming through,
he was like,
looks out. His goddamn physical comedy was so fucking on point.
It was so good in this. I do love him. I'm sorry that I don't say his name properly.
Who the fuck knows?
It's probably Tucci. I mean, come on. There wouldn't be two C's if it was just Tukey.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know. Hal says that he filmed his actors without knowing behind the scenes. He had hidden cameras. The cameras were still rolling even when it was a cut. Mm. And it's funny because like the movie all of a sudden turns into like Cabaret.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
And fucking Gwen's character is Sally Bowles. She's got the Sally Bowles like hair, and she's got the outfit. She's dancing with a chair. Mm-hmm. And there's this fun moment. Hal says cut, and you see Gwen getting upset, and she just goes, ah! And a take back from Catherine Zeta-Jones. Like, she's used to showing this poised, always put together, never frustrated type of leading woman. Mm-hmm. And it starts to show her real self.
Yeah.
And it's funny because a little bit after this, I like to think that this film kind of helped Catherine Zeta-Jones get the role of Velma Kelly in Chicago.
Oh.
Because Catherine Zeta-Jones, that was really her tap dancing.
Yeah.
That bitch could tap.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't really paying attention if that was really Christopher Walken doing the fucking...
I bet he can do a soft shoe or two.
I bet he can.
You know, I honestly think he can. I really think... I'd like to think that man can do a T for two and a couple of... what was that? Did you ever have to do Maine or Mame in AMDA?
Oh, we did have to... Mame! Yeah, we did have to do
the most... I never liked tap dancing as a kid. I took it once. I always thought it was boring. I went to AMD. I was like, I had an open mind of like, maybe I'll like tap dancing. I fucking still hated tap.
I liked it better than ballet, man.
See, I liked ballet better. I'm in no ways a ballet girl. I'm not delicate.
Yeah.
But tap dancing, fuck.
Ugh.
Whatever routines they had us do that were like required, like whatever Quidam was, or can of beans, and fucking
right.
How goes the holly with the fucking theater dancers, flicking up the can of beans. That was so stupid.
My favorite was jazz. Was my mother. Jazz was the shit.
Jazz was my shit.
It was my shit, man. They had, when I had to do Captain fucking EO, worked the shit out of that.
Yeah. I didn't mind Quidam. Quidam was fun because
that was actually really fun.
Yeah, because I really, like, put on a really good character, and I always got, like, praised for it because I was in a character. Because I love Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
I wish I stuck with, like, tumbling and got more into, like, aerial, like, acrobatics, because I would have loved to do some Cirque du Soleil shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Anywho... Dave has a little cameo in the film, going up to Hal and be like, hey, we're about this many weeks over time or budget.
Right.
And Hal's just like, this is my set. Get off and never come back.
Mm-hmm.
And
watch him take it here.
Up the kazoo. We're up the wazoo.
Up the wazoo.
And I love, like, Hal is like, this is good. It's going to be good,
this
right?
This is good. Watch.
Yeah.
Just watch.
Yeah, keep watching. It's getting better. And, like, Dave's assistant, like, flicks him off for saying, like, I told you we shouldn't have hired Hal Weidman for a film.
Gives him the finger. Hector
is doing a musical number with Gwen, and she's, like, sexy dancing, and he's got, like, his hands kind of, like, on her tushy tush. And the camera moves to, like, the side, and we see Eddie in costume watching Gwen, and we see... Kiki's there too, just kind of dancing to the music, all awkward and shit. And Eddie is clearly jealous.
Yeah.
Eddie confronts Gwen, and he's just like, "What is going on between you?" And like, you can tell, like, it's not a happy marriage behind the scenes.
Right.
It's clear that he is frustrated with her, thinking that there's something going on, and I don't know why. It's really random, and I tend to like mimic it a lot because just the way she's like a little kid, because like. Eddie's just like, you look like a freaking prostitute. He's got his hands all up on you. And she just goes, cut it out. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
I don't know why. Just the way she said it, it really makes me laugh. And it's like, if we like, when we sometimes would like fake fight.
Yeah.
I just always thought it was fun to like, cut it out.
Cut it out.
Stop it. You're being ridiculous. I don't know. That's funny to me. No, you don't have to get it, but I don't know why. I get a kick out of
it's funny. It is.
It's
like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, cut it out. And Eddie is actually getting like a kick out of it.
He's loving
it. And we see Gwen really show her true self, saying to Kiki that something did happen between her and Hector. They slept together. Like, oh, he's hot. You know, it's not about love. Sometimes you just need to get laid. Mm-hmm. I just wish she had a better, thingy.
Yeah.
It's like a roll of quarters.
It's about like this. Nope. Maybe more like...
She's like fixing
lipstick
her lipstick, and she's like this. Nope, she shrinks it like that.
Yeah.
She's just acting like not what...
Like a bitch, like a fucking gash.
Like a fucking gash.
Oh, but she's so funny.
And of course Hector is like...
The fuck you did?
Yes, the fuck is this?
The hell is it?
And Gwen is like, I am outraged. And is like threatening to sue. There are legal issues, invasion of privacy. They cut the film because Gwen is throwing a fit, and Hal's like, what are you doing? This is a masterpiece. This is real life.
Right.
Just really look at the screen. You can't get realer than this. Mm-hmm. And Gwen's just like, pretty soon you're going to be threatening like a lawyer, yeah. I can't remember her freaking name.
T.S. Lawson.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Ira Stern. My attorney. I bet that's a real attorney. That name kind of sounds familiar.
It does sound a little... It sounds powerful, too.
Yeah.
Ira Stern.
Yeah, Ira Stern.
Ira Stern.
Yeah. Eddie actually goes up to Hal, and he's just like... He loves the film. He's like, congratulations. I think it's the most honest work I have ever done. And Hal's like, you were wonderful. I want to work with you again. And Eddie's like...
I have a script we can throw out.
Okay, great. It's going to be wonderful.
I got a script we can throw.
Kiki's also kind of like in the background watching what's been taking place. Hector, because there's one mic and everyone's like clamoring to like get the mic to like, have their say. And Hector's like, what is said about my penis is absolute bullshit. It's bigger than coins. Like it's false. And Gwen tries to, she makes a desperate attempt, her like Hail Mary attempt to save her career by saying, oh, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for being here, and I would like to announce that Eddie and I are getting back together. And of course everyone's fucking plotting like this shit. Like, my God, it's like sheep, And Eddie says that, this is crazy. I've been wanting to get back together with you since we weren't anymore. Hector's kind of like, this is bullshit. And I love bullshit. And Gwen's just like, shut up. And Eddie says like, you know what? I actually kind of agree with Eddie. It's complete bullshit. Yeah. And he's saying like, pretty much like, the film, I guess it really open up Eddie's eyes, as well as I think what happened between him and Kiki was like, I thought I was in love with you, but who I was in love with was the woman, the sexy, amazing, fearless woman on the screen. And I thought that when we got married, that would continue, that you would be that woman on the screen, but you're not. Yeah. You are far from that person. I don't like that person that you are, and really seeing you like this and how this all like happened. No, I don't want it, and there's another reason. I'm also in love with your sister. Right. He says it like straight to the mic. I'm in love with your sister. Kiki, can you come over here, please? Yeah.
How could you be in love with her?
Yeah, why her? Oh, what is that, so hard? Yeah.
Why not? And then she really shows her shit. She's getting all pissed the fuck off. And then she looks and sees the fucking the press and is all like, well, you're fired. Sees the press. Honey, I only care about your happiness.
And Kiki actually like thought that he's being serious. Like, oh wow, that's great. And she like kind of like pushes Kiki away, and she turns to the audience.
Cusack goes.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She goes, and don't mind me, everybody. I'll be okay. Thank you. And she walks off, and John Cusack says,
what does he say?
He says, you're unbelievable.
You're unbelievable.
And she just goes, shut up.
I thought he said, like, you're fantastic or some shit like that.
It's something like, you're unbelievable.
I think you're right. It's unbelievable.
You're unbelievable.
You're unbelievable. Shut up!
And he gives a few lines. I don't want to say, like, to convince Kiki, but it's pretty much like, I really had no idea what I really wanted, and you're the real thing. You're the, maybe I'm thinking, I don't know. It's really hard to explain because it's so quick. Yeah. When it happens, I guess because like there's like that pressure because they're pretty much with an audience, and God, I can't remember what he said. He said some line that really got her. Something like, I didn't know what I had until the moment I thought that I've lost you. Ooh. Something like that. And Kiki's like, if that's a line from one of your movies, he's like, nope, that was mine. And she's like, okay, what do we do now? Well, traditionally we kiss. So they kiss.
And he damn near swallows her fucking body.
John Cusack,
I don't
know who taught you how to screen kiss, dude, but that's a lot of chin.
Yeah.
Chin motions happening and like jaws.
Unless that's like one of the ways where they fake using tongue, maybe.
Yeah.
It's like why the tongue isn't moving and then they have to use all of the hair in order to make it look like they're kissing.
Yeah. Probably that could be it. That they're slapping tongues.
Yeah. I've never done like a kiss like that, but
yeah, me either. I love Gwen walks out with Hector, and Gwen makes this excuse saying, I have been taking, I can't tell if she said pain or paid medication, which makes me say and do things that I wouldn't otherwise. And Hector's like, and? Oh yes, and Hector is very well endowed. So much endowed. Like literally, I've had complaints. Kiki and Eddie are like packing.
Yeah.
They're like going somewhere. They don't really know where. And Lee finds them and is like, oh my god, you guys. People actually loved the film. It was like a stage show. If I can get you guys to tour. Oh my god, they actually love this crazy movie. They're calling it the Blair Bitch Project.
God, I love it.
Even though like she's been voted off the island, she's back. Yeah. You guys are back. You're back in business, baby.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. They don't know where they're going. They're just gonna go off and spend time together and I guess just see if it really is real.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll mention the dog. There's a moment with Billy Crystal and Gwen's dog in the beginning where the dog like licks the balls and he's not into it, but then he says
the dog was like a fucking
a little to the left kind of thing.
Well, the dog was like a violent dog, and well, it was like attacking the fucking window washer. And he was like, "Gwen, your dog is eating the window washer." She's like, "Oh, puppy." Yeah. And of course, it's a Doberman.
Yeah.
And around that time, I think Dobermans were taken. I don't know if they were, but they were in the fucking around that time. Dobermans were fucking in the film.
They were in a lot of films,
a fucking lot, man. God, I remember, like, the history of fucking which breed of dogs was in Hollywood for so long. I can't fucking remember what it was, but... Or the timeline.
Yeah.
Of which dogs, like, took over Hollywood.
Interesting.
Breeds. It was interesting.
Yeah, because then at the end, Lee's in the hotel room by himself. He's like, oh, he's relieved.
Yeah.
Things worked out. And then all of a sudden you hear the dog growling, and Lee's just like... I'm sorry I didn't call.
Yeah.
And then
to follow back up with you saying the kissing of the ball, it was all weird. I don't know.
It was, I don't know. It was like a gag thing that was probably, I could see it being funny at the time, but looking at it now, it's kind of like, was that really necessary?
That again was a very early 2000s, late 90s thing, to lick the balls and have an animal of some fucking kind licking the ball, like, out cold, fucking road trip, all of these fucking films, we're talking about fucking some form of fucking animal licking balls, whether it be with peanut butter or without fucking peanut butter.
Yeah, it was a cheap joke.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but that's probably the one thing I could have been like, yeah, I can be done with. But yeah, that's America's Sweethearts. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Some hearts make it work alright.
I hated the fucking credits. I loved the soundtrack up until the fucking credits.
Yeah, the ending credits song was so fucking cheesy. I wanted to kill myself.
It was bad, dude.
It was really bad. But yeah, that is it. That just like any romantic comedy, it ends when the couple finally gets together and they're gonna live happily ever after.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Let's go to the handy-dandy Shakespearean notebook.
Okay, who was the slobbery, stubborn, hard, mauls me butt?
Okay. Give him to me again.
Who was wet, slovenly muddy, willfully unreasonable, large cask of Malmsey, a strong sweet wine?
Ooh.
I have kind of an idea for the two, but the last one is hard.
Last one is hard.
Yeah, because in my mind, I'm thinking it's the dog.
It's That's fact.
I think Opie agrees.
All right, then. We're calling it.
I think it was the dog.
It's the dog. Opie fucking chimed in, so there you go.
Okay, so, what did you think of the film? Is it something that you could see yourself watching without me at some point? Ever?
Yes, actually. I did actually really enjoy this.
Really?
This was a really fun film.
I really thought... I wasn't sure about this one.
I mean, I pointed out a couple of the the things that because there are things in this that I'm like, get over your fucking self.
Yeah.
You know? But I did actually really enjoy... I love a good scream when people yell.
I know
fucking
you do.
Stanley Tucci, fucking goddamn John Cusack is so good at it. Billy Crystal, I mean, all you gotta say is him, and I'm gold. Hank Azaria, like the cast alone, was just amazing. You know, so I did really enjoy Alan Arkin. I wanted more of him because I thought he was hilarious. But that's probably a good thing that he was in it so little to make me want more of him.
Yeah, he left a good impact.
Just that fucking dialect that he was using had me fucking rolling.
Yeah.
Like, just you have to drinks to make a mark, and then you snort the pepper.
Oh my god.
Drinks to make a mark, and then you snort the pepper.
Oh, that's so cream of you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you have for me, my love?
Okay. So, I'm getting so bad at trying to think about what I want to do. Because as soon as I fucking pick a movie, then I'm not watching that one. I'm watching something completely fucking different. And it's driving me fucking to the wazoo. But I'm in a fucking mood because this particular film is I don't necessarily know if I want to say a remake per se, but there's another version of it coming out. And I'm a little excited for it. I'm choosing Mortal Kombat. We're gonna go back and we're gonna fucking do Mortal Kombat.
No!
Yeah.
Really?
I want to do it.
Okay.
And I know we have it on DVD.
Do we?
We fuck goddamn better. I fucking bought that bitch on DVD a long time ago.
I don't think we do.
I swear we do.
Because I feel like I would have seen you watch it.
If we don't, then I'm gonna fucking break the pillars of heaven.
Because
I know we fucking have it.
I thought you had like Double Dragon. I know you have Double Dragon on DVD. Maybe you're getting it confused.
Pretty fucking sure I got Mortal Kombat.
Oh, well, we're gonna have to check. Stay tuned, guys, to see if we have the shit on DVD.
Yeah, if not, I will buy it. It's not even a fucking problem.
All right.
And then they're gonna come out with like the double.
Right.
Of fucking, get the 2.
Yeah, of course. That's what happens every time.
Yeah.
When you buy something. It's going to either be available on streaming or...
Oh, Fast and the Furious franchise was notorious for that
They
bullshit.
were so notorious for that
fucking
shit.
assholes.
Oh my god.
Fucking assholes.
But alright, guys, the original Mortal Kombat. We're taking it way back.
We're going way back.
Way
back. Alright, everybody. Contemplators, thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful evening, morning, day. We thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe. You can find us on almost all podcasting platforms. Please leave us a review if you do not mind on Apple Podcasts.
Yes, and we are somewhat all over the World Wide Web. On Twitter, we are movies_pod. On Instagram, we are movies.contemplation_pod. We have an email, movies.contemplation@gmail.com. And we also have Facebook, Movies and Contemplation Podcast.
Brad Contemplators, see you next week with Mortal Kombat!